Hello everyone, in this video I will read to you just the law of money, the seasons of life, when you look back and see the weather patterns. After many years of gain and loss, of building and rebuilding, our family learned a quiet truth. No one is immune to seasons. Not families who work hard, not families who love deeply, not families who pray, plan, sacrifice, and try their best to do right. Life does not rain permanent sunshine as a reward for good behavior. It offers rhythm instead, storms and calm, winters and harvests, endings and beginnings. When I look back now, the years appear like changing skies. There were seasons when the rain fell endless, financial pressure, exhaustion, uncertainty, fear hidden behind responsibility. There were seasons of warmth when laughter filled the house, business was strong, children were healthy, and the future felt generous and open. And there were in between seasons, those quiet autumn days when nothing dramatic happened, but everything slowly changed. At the time, we often thought success meant stability, holding on, keeping things the same, preserving what we had built. But life taught us something gentler and wiser. Success is not the absence of change, it is the ability to move through change without losing one another. Through every rise and fall, what endured was not the business, the properties, or the numbers on paper. What endured was the family bond, the invisible thread that held us together when circumstances pulled in different directions. Money could come and go, houses could be bought and sold, but the way we gather around dinner table, the way we showed up for one another in hard moments, the way love remained steady even when plans collapse. That was the true wealth quietly growing beneath everything else. Looking back, I see that every season prepares us for the next. The storm softened us, the sunshine strengthened us, the passing of time slowly taught us when to hold on and when to let go. When the nest empties, the silence enters the house. There comes the season in every family that no one truly prepares for, even though everyone knows it will arrive, the season when the birds leave the nest. For years, our lives revolved around the children. Their school schedules shape our days. Their needs shape our decisions. Their laughter filled the rooms. The house was never truly quiet. There was always movement, conversation, music, footsteps, or the simple comfort of knowing someone was nearby. Then, gradually, one by one, they grew, they married, they began new lives, new homes, new responsibilities, new dreams that no longer require our daily guidance but still carry our influence. The house changed first. Bedrooms that once held childhood memories became still. Closets stayed closed. Lights remained off. The silence was not painful, but it was noticeable. It was the sound of a job well done and a chapter completed. As parents, this season brings mixed emotions. Pride stands beside loss, joy walks alongside longing. You celebrate your children's independence while quietly grieving the version of life that will never return. This is not a failure of attachment. This is proof of love fulfilled. In this season, my husband and I began to see ourselves differently. We were no longer only parents in active service. We were partners again, standing face to face with time, asking new questions. Who are we now? What does the next chapter require of us? What can we release with gratitude instead of fear? Letting children go is one of life's most sacred acts. It is the moment when love shifts from protection to trust. And in that trust, something new is born, not absent but expansion. Downsizing, the grace of knowing when enough is enough. There is wisdom in expansion, but there is also wisdom in contraction. Knowing when to grow and knowing when to simplify are equally important life skills, though society praises only one of them. For many years, our home was not just a place to live. It was part of business, part of the family's shared purpose. It held responsibility, activity, planning, and constant movement. It was the center of work and life combined, built to support a season of productivity and ambition. But seasons changed. As retirement approached and the children no longer needed that space, we recognized the quiet truth. The house had fulfilled its purpose. Holding on to it would not be loyalty, it would be resistance. The house did not need us anymore, and we did not need it. Downsizing is often misunderstood as a loss. In reality, it is an act of discernment. It asks one honest question: what truly serves this season of life? Everything else becomes optional. Letting go of the business and the home was not sudden. It came from a deep reflection, shared conversations, and a sense of inner alignment. We were not running away from work, we were honoring the years it had already given us. We were not abandoning success, we were redefining it. The house was sold for a substantial amount compared to what we pay. On paper, it was a financial success, but the deeper success was internal. We felt light, free, unburdened, no longer managing what no longer matches who we were becoming. Sometimes the bravest decision is not to build more, but to bless what has been built and move forward. Memory does not live in walls. Selling the house was practical. Saying goodbye to it was emotional. The home held memories layered into every corner, every morning's late nights, celebrations, arguments, reconciliations, ordinary days that later became sacred simply because they were lived together. Walls absorb energy. Floors remember footsteps. A home becomes a silent witness to the unfolding of a family story. Letting go did not mean erasing those memories. It meant releasing ownership of the structure while keeping ownership of the meaning. The house belonged to someone else now, but the life lived within it belonged forever to us. There is a maturity that comes when you realize that memories do not need physical containers. They live in the heart, in shared language, in inside jokes, in the way family members understand one another without explanation. They surface at gatherings, in photographs, in stories retold with laughter and tenderness. We did not cling to the house as proof of our past. We honor it, thank it, and let it go. In doing so, we discover a quiet peace, the peace of knowing that life is not meant to be stored but carried forward. Gratitude replaced attachment, appreciation replaced nostalgia, and what could have felt like loss transformed into closure. While shared life continued, the tree still growing. The final act of this season was perhaps the most meaningful. The wealth from that sale of the home was divided equally among our children, not as an obligation, but as a gift, a blessing, a way of saying what we built was never meant to stop with us. This was not just a financial distribution, it was a transfer of trust. We believe in their ability to build their own lives, make their own decisions, and carry forward the values that matter more than money itself. The gift was not meant to control or protect, it was meant to empower. Watching them step into their own seasons, supported but not constrained, was one of the greatest successes of our lives. Life did not end with retirement. It softened, slow, deepened. Our family tree continued to grow. New branches, new stories, new generations forming roots of their own. We step into the quieter role, no longer directing the rhythm, but listening to it, while happiness and success reveal themselves not as separate goals, but as companions. While without peace is a burden, success without love is hollow. Happiness without purpose fades quickly, but when they coexist, grounded in relationship, gratitude, and timing, they form a life well lived. This is the season we now stand in, not the end, but the next stage, a season of reflection, generosity, presence, and trust in the unfolding. Life moves forward just as it always has, and when you learn to respect its seasons, you stop fighting time and start walking with it. Thank you so much, and this will be leading to the last chapter, and please click like and subscribe to support my channel. Thank you.